That is the Saddle Dome, home of NHL's Calgary Flames. A short walk from downtown Calgary, Canada. Host city for this year's BKT Tires and OK Tire World Men's Curling Championship as we pass over the 90-meter ski jump made famous by Eddie the Eagle back in 1988. At the base of the park is the Winsport Arena, site of this year's curling venue, and in the Calgary bubble, we've been treated to some great play over the first 5 days. Opening session here on day 6. Session 16, Japan is taking on Denmark in our feature matchup on Sheet C. Final draw to the button competition taking place right now for Last Rock. As we meet today's teams. Team from Japan, Shinya Abe at lead. Yasumasa Tanida playing second. Tetsuro Shimizu, the third for Team Japan, and the skip, Yuta Matsumura. They're taking on Team Denmark, lead, Kasper Vikstein. The skip throwing second zone, Mads Norgard. Tobias Thune at third, and the fourth rock thrower, Mikkel Kraus. Both of these teams near the bottom of the standings. Denmark with 6 losses, as is Japan. They have to run the tables here, try to get to 7 and 6 in order to have an outside shot of playoffs. So lose this game and you will not be automatically qualified for a berth in the 2022 Olympics. If you win, however, you have an outside shot of making the playoffs here. 3 other games on the ice today. Norway 7-1 out at the top of the standings, taking on United States, who are at 5-3. Nicola, 2-time defending world champions from Sweden, at 7-2, taking on China. Surprisingly, coming very close to knocking off Canada yesterday on Sheet B. They're at 2-7. And the other game out on the ice today, Germany at 2-6, taking on 1-7 Netherlands on Sheet D. Final cleanup taking place following the pregame draw to the button. And teams in the COVID protocol here at Men's World Championship. A little fist bump to get things going. Mike Harris in the booth this morning, along with my colleague Kevin Martin. And Kevin, you got a couple of teams fighting for that last hope to make the playoffs here, but you know, when you're at 2-6, you have a little pride on the line here as well, and they both would like to finish this week off strongly.
Well, no question, and they definitely have 2 different ways of playing the game. Team Denmark tends to be a little bit more conservative in the way they call the game. Team Japan definitely likes lots of rocks in play. They have a very good short game, soft game. They like to play hack, board, the hits and rolls, all of that. So it'll be interesting to watch this game because they're coming at it from 2 different directions, no question.
And despite the records, they've actually had some very good performances here this week. We opened the competition with this team from Denmark, and they lost a very close battle to Norway out of the gates. And I was very impressed with all 4 players. They seem to play extremely well, and you know, we've seen some spectacular shot making from Team Japan here this week as well. It was Japan who did earn Last Rock by winning the draw to the button competition pre-game. And something a little different, we've got coaches at either end, so we've seen a lot of coach interaction with the athletes, and that's different for a WCF event. You know, I've worked with them in the past where the coaches are quite far removed from the playing surfaces, so I think everyone's enjoyed a little bit more interaction between ends.
In most sports, it's not difficult generally to converse and talk to your coach. But in curling in the last many years, it has been. And I like this setup a little bit better than what has always been the case before.
And for many years at you know, the post-competition meetings, players and coaches have been lobbying for this with the WCF. So nice to see the change this year. Kasper Vikstein in the hack. He'll get things underway. And Kevin, we didn't know much about this team from Denmark, but Kasper played just almost a perfect game in his opener here. And we'll get things underway for us here in session 16. I think worth noting, the rocks were touched up last night. What I mean by that, they take, after the competition last night ended, they take the rocks and you'll know more the actual technique of this, Kevin, but they use, they sand the running surface to create a little bit more curl.
Yeah, basically on a sanding type of, not a machine, but a base, a sand base. And they do scratch the bottoms. They try to scratch them all exactly the same, but of course it's, they always make them, turn to be a little bit different each. So, the players have to now, I guess, rematch them, get used to matching them again, but there will be more curl today. Speed should be very close to the same, but the rocks will move a little bit more. And that's pretty normal in events that take this long. See the more finish there.
As you say, a more conservative approach to the game from Team Denmark, throwing it in the rings, and they'll hit out here. And number 1. If they get a rollout, you might see Team Japan throw the corner guard. So important for Vikstein to stay in the rings here. You see how wide that is, and there's the big curl at the end. This out-turn side on sheet C was pretty much dead straight last night when we watched it, so good indication that there is some curl. And here comes the corner guard from Shinya Abe. Team Japan lead.
An aggressive move.
With the 5 rock rule, Denmark not permitted to remove that stone yet. Mads Norgard, skip and second thrown store. Second stone thrower. Early morning here in Calgary.
And going around the corner guard, which we saw when we covered this team earlier in the week, they do their defense for corner guards to go around it. That's quite a bit light. So you'll see Team Japan go around everything now and try to set up for a potential 2-ender.
Yasumasa Tanida, 26 years of age, throwing second stones here for Team Japan.
Lots of room, looks like lots of weight. Wanting to be in front of the tee line. That is certainly going behind the tee. Is buried, but second shot.
Rules of play here in the round robin portion of this World Championship. Teams are required to play 6 ends minimum, given 38 minutes of thinking time, and each team is entitled to one minute timeout.
T-line wanting to be in front of the tee. Not too bad, a little bit heavy. Looks like they found a bit of a quicker spot down the sheet here. Both teams a little heavy, back to back.
Tanida looking for the freeze.
Oh, line's good if the weight's good. Wanting to lock this right on. Oh, very nice. Very good shot. That's buried around the guard, and frozen, shot stone. Not a lot of choice here for Team Denmark, but to try to freeze right back.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure here on Tobias Dune, 26 as well.
Yep, lang, retning. God linje, lang. God linje. 10 plus. 8 bag. 8
I think
bag.
it's a little
Sætter
heavy.
sig lidt.
God linje, tæt.
10-line.
Yep.
10.
Yep.
10.
Looks pretty good, starting to move. Want to stay on the angle.
Vi er dernede.
Right on the angle.
Godt, Tobias.
Very nice. Nice weight control.
See an inch or two of that stone.
And the guard's very, very long.
ガード置くの難しそうじゃん。
難しそう。前のフィールドあるんじゃない？
一応ワンは持ってる。
With that red stone in a decent position in the forefeit, Team Japan electing to peel. Tetsuro Shimizu throws third stones for Team Japan. Certainly an easier shot than that outturn tap looked.
And if you did happen to roll off that tap, could set up a double on the reds, and there'd be a whole lot of yellows in there.
Trying to replace that guard now.
Yep. Retning. God. 2.
Fin
Retning.
linje.
3.
God
3.
linje. Plads nu.
3.
Mikkelen. Altid Mikkelen.
3. Kun Mikkel. Tæt. 3. 3.
Looks like a nice guard coming in. Does not want to over curl.
Godt, Tobias.
Only 3 rocks left now for Team Japan here in the first end, so changing gears slightly, asking for the freeze.
It's a little wider path.
Lines get. Lines get. Lines get.
Stay on the corner
Lines get.
of this freeze.
Okay. Bing.
Line looks very good.
Bing. Whoa, 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 whoa.
That was well managed by the sweepers. Almost overcooked it.
I believe red is shot rock.
What's a good option here for Denmark, Kevin?
Vil den ikke være fin?
I like the come around bump to the back 8. You almost have to move it. The red rocks have all the best angles right now.
So just enough to move that red stone on the center line back to the
back 8
back
and
of the
sit in
box.
front of the yellow.
Might end up shot stone as well if they make that.
It's actually close right now, but I think red is shot
Har
stone
lidt som om,
at
de
this
skal rykke
time.
den her. Fordi at ellers så... Hvis han kan slå den ned på hjørnet der, ikke?
Læg den lige foran den.
And we
Få et
covered
hjørne rundt om den der.
Denmark
foran
versus
den her.
Sweden yesterday, and every time Mikael Kraus came to throw, he was absolutely dead. Team Sweden, Nicola Sadine curled about 98 as a team, and every time he put the broom down, he's just smiling, going, I have nothing. No, I think just calling this easy guard here will be a relief after what he faced yesterday from the 2-time defending champions.
Retning.
Mikael Kraus,
2.
32 years of age.
Lidt kort.
This is curling a little early, Kevin.
Cannot really afford to over curl completely here. Might be able to bounce it off the other guard.
Okay.
Well, there could be a corner of that red showing. That would remove both yellows.
Maybe hit a quarter rock with hack or something. Yeah. Leave both reds behind the guards.
Yeah.
Well, they're going to peel the guards here. Red must be shot stone. That's the only reason.
Yes, to play this shot. Yep. Open up the whole front.
And take his chances. As we take a little closer look at what's going on here on the button, but
Yes, it is red. Has a bigger bite of the button.
the lefty, Yuta Matsumura.
Yep. Yep.
Thrown a number of spectacular shots here this week.
Yes.
Get that one. Pretty good shot.
Any way of removing both of those yellows right now, Kevin, to maybe make that back one count if Denmark gets careless? Watch.
Opening up. The only problem here, what ends up happening, watch where the red rolls. And that's right on the draw path to the button. So they would have liked to have rolled further. That's why they're yelling to sweep. Move that red right out of play. Then you could loop the draw to the side of the button for your extra point.
På den side, det er kun den side.
Bare af med den.
Denmark electing to hit this stone at the top of the rings. You gotta be careful this doesn't overcurl, I think, Kevin.
Okay.
You could, if you hit anywhere near the nose, you could pick the yellow right off the top.
And would you move the back yellow perhaps as well?
Maybe. Could, yeah, leave all the reds at the back of the house. Gotta be careful here.
Denmark's final stone here in end number one. Bringing the heat.
Oj! Ja! Kig på rød, Mads. Kig på rød.
The fact that he saved a shooter was helpful. Still in it for two here. That middle red was never going anywhere. How do you get two here now?
Well, you could maybe hit and roll off the side one. Needed to save the shooters. You can see that red just slammed right into the yellow. That's exactly the call here. Coming down to the out turn, trying to hit the rock on the side of the forefoot. Roll in.
He's a lefty.
A lefty in turn. Sorry, yes. A righty out turn, a lefty in turn.
もうちょい早くてもいい気もするけど。13とさっき俺の道路止まってるよ。
Good opportunity here for Japan to jump out with 2 points here in the first. This final rock on its way. And then number one.
When this rock gets to center, it will really start to curl. Now to move. See if the sweepers can hold it. This will really bend.
Really well swept by Shimizu and Tanida. As Japan gets off to a fine start here in end number one. Quick 2-0 lead after our opening end of play. Second end underway after a nice start for Yuta Matsumura. Two nice double peel and a nice tap to score 2 for his team as they get things underway here in the second.
The story of that end was a couple of really good freezes in the middle of the end to set it all up. And after the freezes were made, it was pretty tough to defend against for Team Denmark. So now some corner guards going up for Denmark and try to get the deuce right back.
Go! Tobias! Så! Tobias ind! Tobias ind! Altid Tobias. Et. Og så.
There's an indication of the amount of curl here. Kev just got caught out. Move to a spot that's going to be hard to use over curling, that corner guard. Let's head over to Sheet B. Team China taking on Nicola Sadine from Sweden.
Looks like an intern double available for 2 points, but a half rock double. So a big chance first end.
Yeah, Zhou Xiang has played very well the last 2 performances. Got a win yesterday morning, and then Brendan Botcher from Canada had to draw the button in the 10th to win that one. Trying to get off to a good start here against Nicola Sadine.
Released that one a little bit soft though.
And that is a bad miss. That's a chance for 2, turns into a steal for Team Sweden. So again, another indication of how much the rocks are curling here. Without weight early in the week, you could almost back the stone up with sweeping. Zhou from China is familiar with Nicola Sadine, has beaten him a couple of times in the World Cup competitions that were held a couple of years ago. So he'll play tough against 4-time world champion.
That was a terrific opportunity.
So after the corner guard was made on our sheet, Japan threw up a center guard, and the Dickstein was trying to play a freeze to that stone in the forefoot. Came up a little light, but did get it buried, top of 12 foot.
The aggressive play of Team Japan, not coming around, but actually throwing another center, so double centers. I'm not sure about this play because it is aggressive, but it's maybe a little scary. Peeling the guard, though, I guess if you know your opponent's going to peel the guard, throw it.
Always a bit of a guessing game. I have a feeling, though, if they played most of the teams near the top of the standings would simply just play a freeze to that red stone on the button.
Definitely.
And then you'd be chasing. That is part of the battle in curling, is guessing what your opponents are going to do. Big part of the battle, actually. These guards continue to be made. It's almost as if Japan is daring Denmark to play the freeze.
With the amount of curl today, that freeze is actually not that difficult.
Men lægger den ikke bare igen? Er det ikke dumt bare at bytte sten her?
Jo, jeg tænker bare, kan vi ikke køre rundt den vej? Gå herned bagefter!
If you peel off the guard's just going to keep it getting put up. And then you get late in the end, now how do you deal with shot stone? So I think it's a good idea to deal with it now.
Sooner than later, for sure. And this out turn will move. They can certainly get to the nose of that red with the right weight. Norgard with his out turn.
Retning god, yep. 8. God retning. 8, top 4.
This rock will finish a lot hog line in. Definitely need to keep it straight to get by the rock in the top 12.
Just a touch light. Line was perfect.
Okay.
Sweeper's huffing and puffing out there, Kev. Hard work.
Hard work. Yeah. Yeah, they tried their best to hold that rock out there, just couldn't quite get it deep enough.
You know, first instinct for many skips would be to hit that Yellowstone, but there's nowhere for the red to roll. Would leave a double. So another aggressive call here from Matsumura playing the freeze.
This is the game that Team Japan's comfortable with, though. It's a very, very aggressive strategy. This rock has plenty of weight for the freeze. It's all about the line.
Need to get to the inside of that stone that just thrown. Pretty good. Don't think there's a double there. There's Team Denmark coach Kenneth Hertzdahl. Wondering how they're going to get shot stone here. And then number 2. I said you see it in behind the scoreboard. Team Denmark at the home end, throwing Yellowstones, and at the opposite end is their opponents. Another COVID-based decision, but I think the players have enjoyed having their own, each having their own end to play. Looking at the red, yellow, red combination, it looks like.
Yeah, it looks nice. About a half rock with something like hack weight, board weight, something like that. Oh, they're going to throw it harder than that. Peel. Okay. Could.
Yep.
By the top one. Does.
Godt, Tobias.
Excellent shot. Line 2. Let's go over to sheet A. John Schuster taking on the leaders so far in the round robin. Team Norway.
Well, they had a good look. It is 2 for the U.S. right now. Having a look to make sure a nose hit is good enough. And it is. So right on the nose.
A little speed wobble there for Wallstad as he comes out. They're trying to paper that top red first, Kevin, for 2.
Maybe.
They did. Didn't move it far enough. That's the call of a 7-1 team trying to get 2. It'll only be 1.
I had to throw it 2 seconds harder. Eller 2 seconds.
A little more weight was required. He's lamenting, but they've been solid all week.
Ja, det var jo bare å... Ja, det er ganske mye å gå på. Det var opp til kvart, så hadde du fått 1, liksom.
Ja. Bra.
Da tenkte jeg du kunne fått...
1-1, that'll be a good one. We'll keep an eye on that today.
Now the intern come around, try to get to the top 4 foot.
A nice hit and roll made by Shimizu there. So tighten up the scoring area a little bit for Denmark.
On the front one.
Okay. Det er ikke så dumt.
There is Bobby Ursel, coach of Team Japan. Excellent curler in his own right, former world junior champion, has worked with this team for 3 years. Many Canadian curling fans know Bobby quite well. Didn't get shot stone there, Kevin, so chance now for Matsumura to lie 2.
Hit this right on the nose. doesn't really want to roll too far underneath, or else it could set up a double on the red. So right on the nose, sit 2. Be a good situation.
Go to get by the yellow.
Starting to move.
Just papered that top yellow, in fact.
Just, yeah, touched it on the way by.
That is a good break for Japan. We'll probably see that a few times today with the rocks being touched up. The rocks, it's just curling a little bit more than the athletes are used to. First few days here, you couldn't afford to overthrow the rock where it would run too straight. I think today you can't afford to underthrow the rock, a little over curl.
And make sure you have enough rotation.
Different mindset entirely for the athletes.
Definitely do not want to throw flat handles, the ones that kind of only turn once or twice down the sheet. Want to make sure you have enough rotation. The rocks will really start to take off at the end.
Kraus would love to roll a little bit towards the center line if possible on this one as he throws his first skip zone here in end number 2.
Yep, go fart! Yep, go fart! Yep, go! Yep, go! Go!
This one's really moving also. Playing the tap now.
Okay.
Not ideal.
Go fart, Nick.
Too light, basically. Any double on the reds available there, Kevin? With
maybe with really hard weight, the one on the left as we see it, to be able to go over and hit the other one. It's certainly possible, but you'd have to really throw it hard to make that shot, but it's certainly there.
こいつをしっかり隠す感じか。それだったらあと3本。
そっち1個取っとくのは1個取っとくのはこれ寄せるか
ただ今ダブルの形はないよ。
With that double being possibly there, it's very difficult. The yellow might be a little bit too much in the way. If it is possible, then the hit and roll in is probably the best call.
力がないんだったらいいけどね。
ノーズした方がさ、これダブルあるんじゃない？これと
is that one there?
これとシューターで、これちょっと押せばいいでしょ、相手。
Probably.
Just have to move that red
そう、
on
打
the
つんだっ
left
た
a
ら押さ
couple
ない
of
といけないと
inches.
思う。か、ここに来るか。
右からは
But by hitting it off the side one and rolling in, that would take away those chances.
本当ね。
今まあ取っても悪くはないけどさ。取るんだったらもう9
Time
秒
clocks
か
have
10秒
been
で
an
しっか
issue
りこ
for
こに
Team
当てて
Japan
合わせる
earlier
の
this week. They were
ダ
down
ブル
to
されて
about a
2
minute
点は
20
しょう
to
がない
play
って
the
思ってここで
10th
トリプ
end.
ルで3点の方が嫌だくない
Few draws to go,
ガ
so
ガードでダブルやらせるって
talk
こ
a
と
lot in the first half. You don't have much left for the second half.
これ何にこっちからできるんです
In 38 minutes of thinking time, Kevin. Would your teams have had a strategy managing the clock?
何見えてはいる
ここまで見えてる。
見えてる
Well,
見え
one
て
thing
る
about
見え
our
てる
teams, there wasn't a lot of talking early in the game generally. That was kind of a plan, a team strategy, if you will, to make sure we had the first half of the game. Yes, you have to discuss a few things, but 8, 9, and 10th ends, sometimes you have to discuss a lot. So we wanted to make sure we saved plenty of time for the end. And we tried not to converse too much early in the game.
Final stone here for Team Japan in end number 2. I think they did decide to play the hit and roll here, Kevin.
I think that's definitely the right call. Now just try to make sure you roll inside a little bit, and that takes away any double opportunity for multiple points. Yeah, very good. Good shot. That's basically a hit for one.
Lige før snuden er
There's
nok.
nothing else.
If you hit it on the nose, should be okay.
Er snuden nok?
Good enough.
Han siger det lige før, så det tror jeg ikke.
We'll like to throw a touch more weight than he just
Er det nok
threw.
at ramme lige på? Ja.
Og lige samme far. Køler på samme
Just making sure that if he does hit it on the nose, it's good enough.
Jeg kan godt lide hakgræn.
Norgard says it's okay.
Hvad vil du spille, Mikkel?
Mikkel, han spørger, hvad du vil spille.
Okay.
Så spiller vi.
A similar shot to what he just threw. Maybe he said an ounce more weight. As Kraus's final stone here in end number 2 is on its way.
Wow. Wow. Yep. 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 Wow. Thanks.
Looks like a good throw. Lots of rotation, running down the sheet nicely. Very good.
One it is, but Team Japan plays a solid end there and gets the force. After 2 ends, Japan 1 up with last rock, heading to end number 3.
Fint. Jeg tror, det vi skal huske her.ゆうたの1投目とか重くなってたね。重かった。入ってるのに遅くなってってのも。Go! Fin retning. Kun fart. Stå.
BKT Tires and OK Tire World Men's Curling Championship.
God retning.
Session 16 underway here on day 6.
Mikkel finish måske. Ja, bare kom. Hårdt Mikkel. Bare kom, bare kom, bare kom.
2 solid ends played by Team Japan out of the gate
Kom,
here.
Kasper.
And now down 1 without last rock. Denmark electing to throw the center guard. A little change of pace from end number 1.
It's not as comfortable a situation for Team Denmark. They like to kind of keep it simple, but now being 1 down without, you have to throw guards, have to get into it. And that can be a little dangerous. Now all of a sudden you could, you know, leave an opportunity for your opponent.
Over on sheet D, Team Germany taking on the Netherlands, and we saw Gozgens curl 100% the other day, Kevin. It's definitely not reflective of their position in the standings. And young Totzek, Sixten Totzek, the skip of Germany. Sadine and Team Sweden, line 2.
Sitting a couple in the 12-foot circle on the side, so not a lot of choice for Team China, but to draw into the center and pick up a single point. Team China trying to get rocks around that corner guard all end, but Team Sweden making every come around tap, and now forces a draw for 1. This looks nice line, just cleaning it into the ring, so good shot. to tie this one up at 1.
Chatting with skipper Zoe last night, and she said that was a better day after they got a win and had a good game against Team Canada. And she says, yeah, I feel like I was trying to win too much the first few days, and you know, that's an easy thing to do at a World Championship. So just got a little more relaxed and started making a few more shots, accepting the outcome rather than trying to force it.
Playing a little bit more free and easy. Yeah, well, makes sense.
Freeze attempt from Japan was made not too badly. This was a come around, and that's not going to go far enough. Chance to rattle some rocks around here now. They're going to peel, actually, Team Japan.
I like this call to peel the front. You're up. You're winning.
And really no way to get that red one out of there, I don't think. For kind of did the reverse freeze, went underneath it, and the reds. It's going to require at least 2 shots to get that red out of there. So yeah, not a bad play. So they're going to tap that yellow that was just thrown by Denmark. Mads Nørgaard with his second stone of the end.
God fart, skal have lidt. På plads. T-line. T-line. God fart til bom. 10 plus. Yep.
Has to curl a bit to make contact. It is by, and it's more than T-line. Might even be through the rings.
Yeah, that's an unforced error. What do you like now if you're Matsumura?
Yeah, well, what he's thinking is, you know, yes, we're 1 up, but this is an odd end. So if you blast the middle, you could easily get rid of all the rocks, no problem, but then it'll be a blank, and you're giving your opponent hammer in the even ends. So yes, it wouldn't be wrong to make the nose double, but you're probably giving a blank, and if you're okay with that, okay. But that's what Yuta's thinking about. What to do? I think, though, being ahead, I would play the double.
Let's go to a live update. Norway, USA. That yellow US stone buried and draw for 2 here.
Yeah, Team Norway in their last one, actually, that yellow was behind 2 corner guards. And Team Norway, Stefan tried to make the angle raise from out front and just didn't hit it right. And now it's a draw for 2. So attempted an angle raise, just didn't quite make it.
Line's good. Sprum's down.
Line looks pretty good. It's coming off the corner guard.
Right leg is going to the button.
So a good end. Team USA now up 3-1.
We were discussing before the game, Kevin, Norway, even though they're at the top of the standings, they've got a hill to climb. They've got a tough finish.
That's your guys'
Well, they really do. 5 games to go. They play the US now, then Italy, RCF, Canada, Scotland.
All right on their heels. And a couple of unforced errors here from Denmark back to back.
Okay, come again, Tobias.
Will leave Japan in a very simple situation to score more than 1 here. And then number 3.
なんとなくね。
いや、上がっちゃった場合、外からの方が多分いいと思う。いいよね。
力どう？
中から分かるライン。
10秒。
さっきのユータの9秒は割とまっすぐだったけどね。
割とまっすぐ？
うん。1個取ってちょうどあんなもんだったから。
Chance to sit 3.
曲げに行ってって感じだった。
Nose hit probably won't be in the ring, so needs to roll in with the shooter.
Right there. Green. Yes. Green. Yes. Green.
Got close, off and on it.
Oh, nice.
That was exactly the call. Nice shot.
Nice save.
Sitting 3.
Nice. Nice. Nice save.
Checking out which double to try
Skal du ikke
for.
tage den der?
Needs to
Jeg ved ikke,
make
om det der er
one of
muligt.
them.
Vil du hellere det der? Er det ikke sikre? Ligger der i hvert fald også en dobbelt bagefter.
Hitting the middle one to try to get
Meget skal jeg have lidt
the
mindre end halv.
flatter double.
Nej, cirka halv.
Doesn't really matter which double you take on. Just need to make one.
Yep. Hold! Yep. Hold!
Just a difficult adjustment so far for Team Denmark, having quite a number of hits over curl. And again, that's just an indication of what we were talking about earlier with the stones being scratched. That hit yesterday they could actually back that up with sweeping. And it just continues to curl today.
Japan trying to, okay, where are we going to put this rock to make doubles the most difficult? So deciding on back 8 foot. Certainly agree with this call. And not behind anything, just wide open to sit 3 again.
We're getting very late in the end here. If you can make this shot, almost assured of having an opportunity to score 2 or more. Try to get this to a spot where there's no easy doubles.
Not back.
Or triples. Hit half that red, Kevin. You got to be close to getting all 3.
Yes, when you're looking at if there's a triple there or not, you look at the 3 rocks and is it 90 degrees? It looks to be pretty much exactly 90 degrees.
Pretty close for sure.
So this is
hit right there where the broom is.
Definitely a triple opportunity. That's why Team Japan wanted that rock into the back 8. There would have been no triple, but now half rock with lots of pace.
Yep.
Close.
Stay.
Oh, I don't know if he stayed to lie 2 or not. Just had to hit that millimeter thicker. Would have been all 3 reds gone.
Looks like red is probably second. This is so close. Just had to keep it a little bit straighter and it would have...
Same error though, over curling, just that fraction. Even with that speed. Pretty good throw. And it's a difficult...
Well, it's not an easy hit to stay. Of course, if the rock curls, you can imagine the yellow will jam on the red will roll in the middle, and it'll be a hit to lie 3 for Denmark. And of course, if you're too careful, roll out, it'll be a hit to lie 2. Tough shot.
投げてこれかフリーズね
いやこっちセカンドノーズしたらワンツーこれワンツーになる
Yes, exactly on the nose. It'll be sitting 2. It's not easy, though.
Well, even if you rolled a touch to the outside and covered your own redstone, wouldn't be the worst shot. Stay, if red is second shot zone, I believe it is. The only reason you would hit this, I think. So somewhere near the nose and not touch their own in behind is the call.
Line looks pretty good. Right on the nose. Oh, really nice shot. That was very difficult to do.
Leaves the double, but make them make it. That's more sharp here this morning.
Det tror jeg også, den er meget rød.
Skal vi hellere godt spille den der?
Vil du helst det? Jeg kan godt lide det.
Okay, gør det.
Ja. Hvor fart? Ja.
Not much choice here, but to try the double. I also just moved the broom a little tighter. And throwing some weight here.
Yep. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Needs to come up just a touch.
Does not.
Man skal gå efter den. Det er skotten.
I'm not sure they're shot stone either, Kevin.
Det er skotten, tror jeg.
Close though.
It's very close. Well, Japan feels that they are shot stone, drawing here.
That is worth a look, I'd say. It's had to curl another millimeter again.
Any.
Nå, man skal gå efter den. Det er skotten.
Probably see a measurement, I would think, when this comes to rest.
Final rock on the way here, and in number 3, Yuta Natsumura, drawing for what appears to be a second point. We'll see if Denmark agrees once this comes to rest.
Looks like nice weight coming in. No problem there. That's definitely one.
Shinabe trying to sell the 2. They're going to measure.
Yeah, that's okay.
From there, I mean, it could be yellow as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I don't see much difference there either. From here, you look at how much of the plastic handle, and there's definitely quite a lot on the yellow side. Maybe a smidgen more on the red, maybe. Close.
It was big news yesterday, Kevin. I actually got a measurement guess correct for the first time in about 8 years. So
did you?
I had to send out a press release. Yeah, it was good. I'm traditionally wrong on these guesses, so we'll have a look here. I choose not to guess on this one. Based on Japan's call, we'll pretend it's red. But, just past the number 3 there on the dial. And that's almost the number 4. Had it by a mile.
Yeah.
It's 2 red. And Team Japan in control here early, as they get up 4-1 after 3 over Denmark.
du sikker på det? Var det ikke den, der var kortere?
Jo, altså, så var det en meter eller sådan noget et eller andet, ikke?
Men det betyder, at min etter kører for kort hver gang, og så smider jeg den næste for langt.
Ja, ja. Men hellere bare lige sørge for at give noget mere rotation i, fordi jeres køler meget mere. Gå op og få en 4 rotation eller et eller andet. 5'er.
ライはちょっと中目通るよ。あ、ちょっと中だよ。
Low angle look at our feature sheet. Sheet C is a ideal start for the team with last rock. In this one, Team Japan, take 2, give them 1, take 2. It's a pattern for success in curling.
Yes, it is. Yeah, it's all about the math.
Kasser!
Kasper Vikstein being asked for a corner guard here now as Denmark tries to find a way to score 2. They certainly had an opportunity in number 2 with the hammer. Just unable to close the deal.
It's a much better corner than Kasper threw a couple of ends ago. A little more ice, a little more curl.
Shinya Abe, the veteran of this Japanese team, 41 years old and having a good week, 88% through 5 days of competition.
Yes. ラインはいいよ。ラインで。もうちょいかな。Yes だ。Yes.
Want to be in the top house? Oh, very nice. Right on the center line.
15.4。何秒 ?15.4。
Denmark deciding to play the hit and roll. Could just draw around.
See Kasper Vikstein at 84%. This is the first game he played in. I think he's in the 90s, Kevin, and he's been in and out of the lineup a couple of times, trading spots with their alternate Oliver Rosenkrantz-Soe.
Pretty nice shot. Did roll. Just rolled a little bit too far. Close.
He's Kasper, the man on the team with a bit of a sense of humor. Paul described himself as old and funny. As we see Tanita at 80% for the week. Let's update sheet A again, Kevin. It's USA up 3-1 on Norway. Looks like a hit for 2 potentially, or maybe would they take the double on for 3? Probably. Based on that ice, I would suggest they're playing hit for 2.
Yeah, it's too flat, I think, to try that double. They've looked at those 2 rocks on the side many times. I'm not sure they really know if this is a hit for 1 or 2. But they'll try to make sure they stick around. So it's at least 1. Then they'll have a good look at the side ones. No problem with the hit. Now let's have a look.
They'll also measure.
The entire end, they've been looking at those 2 rocks.
We'll let you know how that measure turns out as we return to sheet C.
Peeling the corner guard.
A nice freeze made there from Norgard on his first, giving his team a chance.
Throw a few guards here. And then hit later in the end. Try to solidify your 2 points.
Mad's struggling a little at 73. That'd be near the bottom half of the stats for second stone throwers.
3. God fart. Det er Kaspers. 3. Kasper. Er klar. Kun retning. Klar, Kasper. 2. Yep. 3. Yep.
Kasper doesn't want to sweep it. It looks a little warm.
Yep. Hårdt.
But that's a good guard.
Godt, Mads. Flot. Godt, Mads.
Came in a little closer. We'll see if Japan decides to take it on the run back. They're happy to peel right now. Nice throw. Nice when you're ahead that you can keep your shot simple.
Hvad? Du får lidt mere end mig.
Try to put the guard back again.
How many guards do you throw, Kevin?
This is likely the last one.
2. Yep. Ja. Yep. 2. 2. 3.
Over curling.
It was indeed 2 for Stefan Wallstad and Team Norway. Tie game through 4 ends. Guard just moves a little too much, and still difficult to remove that yellow stone, but certainly can unlock it, and Japan can lie 2 here with a quiet weight tap. Hack weight.
The big thing is to get rid of that locked corner freeze. Maybe leave a double later.
Yes. Yes. Green. Green. Yes.
If you ever roll the rocks together, it would be terrific.
Changes up the angles nicely. Now, Denmark would love to roll to the right. Trick is they can't roll too far. As Tobias Thune lets one go.
A nose hit would definitely leave a double.
77% for the week.
Line is tight though. Might have to try to roll it the other way.
Got to go to stay, I think, Kev.
Lucky to make contact.
That's 2 misses on open hits from Tobias with that stone. Maybe it's certainly curling more than they think, but also maybe have a cutter, perhaps.
May have.
A cutter being a rock that curls more than the others on the sheet, again, which is not unusual, but you need to trust what you're seeing out there.
Yeah, just give more ice.
Go! Hard!
Wasn't heavy either, was it?
Well, it had maybe hack.
So this red-yellow combination, pretty simple shot now for Utah.
そしたらもう一本もらえるかい。
77% for the week thus far.
Yes. Green. Green. Yes. Green. Whoa. Green. Whoa.
Could hit and roll a little, make it difficult to remove.
Vi har ikke nogen andre muligheder, vel? Nej, ikke nogen, jeg kan se i hvert fald. 11. Ja.
Denmark so far having trouble with these precision rolls.
Bare lige rulle ind foran den anden. Ja. Så skal han spille 100%.
Get the broom in the right place.
Ja.
Mikkel Krause, 74 for the week.
Yep.
You
God
got
fart. Lidt blød. Yep.
your back three players all kind of mid-70s, so you're not going to win too many games here at a World Championship.
Yep. Kun hak.
Really moving towards the line as well.
Just really struggling with placing the broom in the right spot right now. Not trusting what they're seeing. You and I were speaking on the drive over this morning, Kevin. You know, now that the rocks are moving more, you'll probably see the teams with more experience continue to move up the rankings with wins over the last couple of days of the round robin.
The shooting, the weight and the line and the broom all have to agree with each other. Whereas when the ice is straight,
one of them can be off, right? Yeah.
Absolutely. You can be a little lighter, a little heavy, and it doesn't really matter. But once you get the big curl, everything has to be bang on.
Ideal situation here now for Japan. You get one into the top 4 foot near the center line somewhere, and Krause is going to have a very difficult shot to score. He's going to have to draw the side of the button.
Line's good. 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 Nice.
That was that for perfect. Could not have walked it down any better. Really no hit on that top stone available. Certainly can hit the wide one and roll into the back of that stone that was just thrown, but great control from the sweepers, especially.
There's just enough room between those two red stones. If you throw this too hard, it may end up sneaking through, and it would be a steal of 3.
So hitting the left-hand stone, trying to roll the shooter towards the center line and kick the stone that was just thrown up and out. Save your shooter.
Save the shooter, though. It's a tough shot. I thought they might play the draw, but this is tough to score.
The draw doesn't look much fun either. This final rock on the way for Team Denmark.
Yep. Yep. Whoa. Whoa. Yep. Down.
Got to be close. Very well done. Made that look easier than it was. That is a hard-fought single point for Team Denmark. And Japan keeps the pattern alive. Take 2, give 1. Take 2, give 1. Japan with the hammer. And then number 5.
Altså, de 11-4, så de er lige på grænsen til at være for langsomme. Men jeg kan også godt lide at gå op i 10.
Gå op i 10 den her, fordi
stenen er blevet scratch.
Fifth end about to get underway. As the game has progressed, Kevin, it's more and more of an uphill climb for Team Denmark. As Japan's been very solid here through the first 4 ends.
Some mistakes made by Team Denmark on fairly simple shots. They've missed 3 open takeouts at least. Completely missed them. So need to tighten up the game a little bit to be able to come back, and just need to make a few more shots. You might want to have a look at maybe a couple of their stone matching as well. Seems like a couple of the rocks are moving a lot more than they anticipate.
And you know, we spoke yesterday on this sheet that the red stones were the ones that were tricky to manage, and it appears, they said, the yellows so far in this one have there's been a couple of surprising shots. So again, not unusual after the rocks get touched up.
Yeah, you almost have to rematch everything. You can't go by the numbers that you used before, because of course now they're going to be a little different. Again.
Coach!
Part of curling that makes the coaches earn their keep.
Fint line her. God fart lige nu. 8. 10 line. 8. Yep. Hånd, Mikkel.
The teams are entitled to come out and practice the night before on the sheet they're going to be playing the next day. If they have 2 games, they can get 2 practice sessions in. But they wouldn't have learned much last night before these rocks were scratched up. Usually you come out and try to match stones for your next game. But certainly would be quite a bit different than what they were seeing over the first 5 days.
Very nice come around between Denmark. Now the freeze being attempted. Looks like it may be just a touch heavy here. Needing big late curl to be able to make this freeze. Sweepers don't want to touch it though, because it's a touch heavy. It is. I think you might as well come around again. You're down 2.
That's a bit of a mistake there from Japan. First one we've seen, really.
I was just going to say, probably the first error so far.
Alternativ kan vi godt ende som garden her, ikke?
And really an opportunity for the first time to start making Japan chase if you're Team Denmark.
Kassel! 8 bag. Rundt om råd.
This is not light either.
A little bit wider, so maybe that'll help bring it down.
Hertil, 4 bag. Den sætter sig lidt nu, 10 line. Yep. Kom bare, yep. Længere den anden, yep. Hold! Hold.
Go over to sheet B. Tricky shot, looks like, for Nicola Sadine, facing 2 Team China counters.
Yes, Team China on their last one. Actually, the rock that's second shot, that was the skipper's last one, and rolled a little bit too far, leaving Nicodine, the intern, freeze. Had it rolled a little less, would have had them stacked in the 4-foot. So close to having a terrific chance to steal 2. Still a chance, but Nicodine does have the intern bump on the back one. This is a little bit heavy though. Oh, does make contact. And it is 1 red. That was close to going through the uprights. But 2-1, Sweden.
Well, good situation here for Denmark. Got to probably have to protect that red-yellow run back, I would think, Kevin. I think they indicated a guard with 2 rocks on the button. Not sure exactly what they're guarding. We'll let you know in a moment.
Must be guarding the red stone in the top 12, you'd think.
Certainly a piece of it anyway.
It's a fairly easy nose hit. Double out the yellows that are in the 4-foot.
This one's curling as well.
As long as it doesn't give away the nose hit, it should be okay, I think.
Just another under-iced shot from Denmark. Just not quite believing what they're seeing out here so far.
Trying to lock this right into the pocket, right on the top of the button. Line looks excellent. As long as the weight's there.
Gotta go.
Trying to lock it right in there. Just like that.
Good try. Dead perfect. I still think yellow might be lying at least one, maybe two. Yeah, definitely two. But they're both very vulnerable, obviously. That freeze being made.
Guard, 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 and hope, hope, hope.
Cross your fingers, cross your fingers. That's right.
Yeah, definitely yellow, two.
Tobias has had several walks over curl already in this one. Particularly in his second stone. They may have switched them out at this point of the game, but
this rock is curling also. You do not want to leave the intern bump available. I think they have. They definitely have.
Because the other option, they could double those guards off, and then it's hard to take away the run back and the tap.
This is definitely a good call. Especially with the scoreboard, what it is.
So need to just hit an inch or two of this top yellow with some speed.
Yes! Yes!
Looks good.
Shimizu with the bullet. Really well done. Now, those yellows are vulnerable, very vulnerable. Excellent double peel.
Yes!
Nice.
Denmark considering the freeze tap.
You almost have to, I think, because right now there's the raise on the red to take out both yellows. If you cover that, then there's the intern that'll get rid of both yellows.
On the frozen.
They've kind of got you both ways right now, so probably tap and change the angles a bit is your best chance. Denmark in trouble.
Så tyrer han den på ydersiden.
Det er bare, hvis vi ligger her. Jeg tror måske, han kan køre dem alle sammen af, hvis vi bare ligger der.
Det er godt.
And just it's going to be difficult to not leave some sort of double on the yellows.
Så kan han bare skyde den lige på. Okay, så vi skal ind lige på centeren. Ja, vi er enige om det? Ja, midt center. Og hvad far kører vi efter? Frys. Så top 4 så? Ja, top 4.
God linje.
God fart. 4. Kom lidt. 8. 8.
Ja. Linje.
8.
God linje.
Already going for line here early.
Needs to get by the front red rock. I don't know though. This is busting over.
For helvede altså.
I do not like that yellow stone that Tobias is throwing on his second one. He's had 2 flashed hits, and now that one coming up well short and over curling. Let's head over to sheet A for John Schuster's final stone here in end number 5. Going wide around that red guard, it looks like, Kevin.
And the only choice, there's no intern anything, so way wide. Now there is enough curl though, if you can match the weight with the ice. It'll buckle in there at the end.
Ja, no clean, no clean.
Line good. Steiner's rock.
Steiner's rock.
Always Steiner.
Only if you have to.
Go ahead, Steiner.
Split the
Well
D-line.
by. Don't think it's going to curl enough. It's trying.
Carvin. Yeah. 2 feet heavy.
2 feet heavy, as John Schuster said. Only one for USA as they're up 4-3 at the break.
2 feet. Made all the difference. We got by the guard by a foot and a half. Could have been tighter.
In our feature game, another look at this double attempt. Hit it pretty close to where they needed to.
Made all the
A
difference.
lot of red hanging around and one lonely yellow for Denmark. What's the danger with Tuna's final stone? Had to get it into a little bit more of a buried position. What's the best play here now for Denmark, Kevin?
Well, I think a hit and roll over. You could, with maybe control a lightweight takeout, hit and roll over to be frozen on the red rock on the side 12-foot. I think that's probably the best call to take away any chance of getting up two. The steal is sort of gone now. Your chances of stealing. So now the ideal would be try to prevent Team Japan from scoring more than one. A single here does not hurt Denmark at all to give to Team Japan.
Yep.
This is really moving again. This is close to jamming the back.
Recurring theme with Team Denmark this morning.
A chance for Team Japan now to hit, roll the other side, have the entire house spread out and sitting for a dream situation. In 5.
China, Sweden, sheet B. Sweden throwing red, so Zhou Xiang again with another draw. He's forced to score here.
Yes, this whole end, Team Sweden has had the house split up. Their rocks, 3 of them across the sheet, nothing changed. So now it's a draw against 3. This has got nothing extra on it though. That's in there. Good shot for 1.
Tie game as they head to the break. Sweden will have hammer in 6. Well, small mistake there from Matsumura. Left that red stone at the back of the 4-foot buried, so chance to get out of trouble here for Krause. Needs to freeze. High pressure.
Needs to take enough ice to get by the front one.
Final rock on the way to avoid a big end.
Lidt kort! Det er din, Kasper. Har du på tiden, Kasper? Lidt ned!
Sikker? Ser rigtig
God
lang
fart,
ud.
T-line!
Ser lang ud.
God fart! God fart! God fart! T-line! God fart!
Altid,
Er
Tobias.
der ned? T-line! Er der ned
Altid,
lige nu?
Tobias.
Seems to curl a long way.
Helst ikke lige nu.
The weight's good, it should get there.
Kom, Tobias.
Just a little heavy.
Kør!
Sweepers couldn't do anything
God
with
fart,
that.
Mikkel.
And that is mostly open.
Vi er nødt til at snakke mere sammen. Hvis vi går efter en fart, så må du sige, hvad du har. Fordi Tobias tror, han er melder i blinden, jo. Hvad har du på den?
Jeg havde
Pretty
33.
easy shot. Very easy for 3. Semi-easy for 4 and tough for 5.
It looks to me with the broom being placed that it's going to be a peel for 3. Peel everything out in the back and take your 3, and that's likely a very good call with the scoreboard what it is, 4-2.
And certainly with the ice too, that, you know, throw some weight, take the curl out of it. I like this play from Matsumura. Final rock and number 5. Chance to seize complete control of this one.
Just needs to finish up a little bit to spin that yellow out. Good throw.
3 it is. So that is hammer efficiency at its best. Every time they've had last rock, they've scored 2 or more. And they'll take a 7-2 lead over Denmark into the 5th end break. Well, first half of the game, Team Japan here in the first end, starting off strong. Really controlled the end early with a couple of beautiful freezes, leading to this in-turn tap for Matsumura. Jumps out to a quick 2-0 lead through 1. And Kevin, after giving up 1, is kind of continuing the trend here.
Yeah, they had a good look at those 2 rocks on the side and decided, you know what? It looks like it's red. So playing the draw to the middle for at least 1. Team Japan felt, though, that it was 2. Did measure. And it turned out to be. Now that just got by the 4, just by a little bit. Now watch this one.
Oh, spoiler alert.
4, almost to the 5.
It was red.
Red it was, 2 more.
4-1 through 3. Again, another well-played end in the 4th. And it was a force by Team Japan and a missed freeze attempt by Denmark on their last. Had a chance to get out of trouble, but a smart play here from Matsumura. Could have taken some risk and tried to get more than 3, but a simple shot, and 7-2 here after 5 ends of play. As we look around all 4 games, United States and Norway in a good battle with a couple of our leaders, Sweden and China also in a tight one on sheet B, and Netherlands up 4-2 on Germany as they head into end number 6.
Yeah, good. All right. I'm just glad to see you guys smiling out there. It's good.
Ja, I skal ud og få. I har så mange forskellige farter og rotationer, så det er. Men gå ud og slå en god ende af her, og så få en god ende. Ud og tage en 2 eller sådan noget, få noget at spille i gang. Okay. Go, dreng. Her.
How's that through 5 ends of play? Japan 95% as a team, and their dominant performance is shown on the scoreboard. 7-2 after 5 ends.
いい目してるねやっぱり。
Sixth end underway at the BKT Tires and OK Tire World Men's Curling Championship 2021. Coming from beautiful Winsport Arena at Canada Olympic Park in Calgary, Canada. Mike Harris in the booth with world champion Kevin Martin. Kevin, as we're getting later into the week here, all of these wins are very important. You know, you see Japan at 6 losses and 95 through the first 5 ends here. Just makes you wonder what they need to do if they can run the table here. They still have an outside shot of getting into that top 6.
When you look at who plays who going down the stretch, 6 definitely has a chance. The teams at the top are all playing each other, so they're all dropping down.
A few losses, correct?
Yeah, so it's.
I'm sure Japan would be happy to see Norway continue just to roll and win all their games and give those teams in front of them another loss, as you say. Shinyabe, 88 for the week, 88 for the game. Solid performance. Again. We'll definitely see Japan change gears perhaps. There's a little mistake. As we take a look at those standings, Norway at 7-1. They're on the ice right now against USA, so 5-3. That's a big matchup over there on sheet A. And Canada, RCF, Scotland, and Sweden all at 2 losses. And you see Switzerland and Italy are those 2 teams that could possibly drop to 6 quickly.
Go!
Asking USA to drop all the way down to 6 losses also. But I know US has a few tough ones left as well. Really just have to take care of your own business at this stage. Get to the last day, see who needs to beat who and where the dust is going to settle.
That's really hard to do, though, Mike, to look around the sheets and know that, oh, it'd be really helpful if this team won and this team won and this team won. But you can't do that. You've got to just worry about yourself, and then you keep putting the W's up, and magically people will will come to you. Don't worry.
Of course, not only are the playoffs at stake, as we've mentioned, top 6, but also the top 6 guaranteed a berth in the 2022 Olympics, only 10 months away.
That's hard to believe, Mike, isn't it?
With last year's World Championships being canceled, usually there's 2 years of qualifying available to the teams to get into those Olympic Games. So there's added pressure this week at this World Championship. None of the teams coming in here had a berth in the games other than China as the host nation. So the top 6 will qualify, plus China. And there will be another Olympic qualifying event held closer to the games in December for anyone else who's not in. And in order to be in that event, you had to have played in a World Championship over the last couple of seasons. So. Denmark keeping things a little simpler here. They were mixing it up around center guards and whatnot earlier, and they're down 5 here. Let's hit something. Keep the scoring area open. Norgard at 70% for the game, so a little down from his week-long average. And mainly to do with, for Team Denmark, their struggles to me have been more to do with reading the ice.
Yes, absolutely. Just not giving enough room for the amount of curl. Get rid of one of the corners.
Yes. Clean.
So Tanita at 95. Having a heck of a game.
You have to go around the corner, try to stay away from leaving a double. So behind the tee line. If you're right on the tee, it's fairly easy. Half rock double, so get well back.
Got a clock on this one.
Cassette.
It's been about 14.5 to 14.8 to the tee line.
So this one being behind the tee, probably 14.3 could be the perfect weight, something like that. 13.9, that should be there.
Kom bare, Kasper. Kort, Kasper.
Yeah, very nice. Good shot. Didn't wear out the sweepers on that one.
Godt.
3-4。フィールはどうだい？
So Japan lying second and third shot is prompting the peel on the corner guard, and Shimizu having a game at 100. The third man curling 100. You're usually in pretty good shape.
Team Denmark's got something going this end, though.
Hvem er ren frys?
If you can make this bump right to the freeze, 3 is definitely a good possibility. This shot is made. It's not an easy shot, though, to make a perfect bump, but if you can.
Jeg ved bare ikke, om jeg synes, tabben er nemmere. Det skal være helt lige på, ikke?
Tobias Tuna needs a shot here. Only 65 for the game here today.
Lidt lang.
Hit numbers
Lang.
quite
Bagkant.
low.
Tæt på hak. Rolinje. Bagkant. Rolig. Bagkant. Hak. Tæt. Bagkant. Bagkant.
Needs to get right to the nose.
Close. That's more like it.
Fint, Tobias. Nydeligt spillet.
For another quarter inch, maybe get that dead lined up, but pretty good effort.
So now just off the nose. Might be playing it onto the corner one.
Yeah, up 5, no need to risk here. Big weight double. Definitely trying to play the slash. Doesn't have much of this top one yet.
Great shot.
The right amount, though.
When things are rolling for you, that was a good throw. Another great shot. Just making everything right now.
Yeah, literally 100%. Playing the guard here. Probably want a reasonably tight guard, I would think.
This is the rock that's been curling a lot, if it hasn't been changed.
Almost every time he lets a rock go, they're going hard for a line right out of his hand. So something to pay attention to. Over curls a little, but left the correct side exposed, I suppose. Another smart call, up 5. Only way to give up 3 is to mess around the middle. So peel the guard.
Team Denmark was hoping that would be
tried to trick him
into it, but no dice. So peel the center, and
Utah 98 for the game. Third at 100, skip at 98. showing on the scoreboard what's going on.
Yes.
Nej, der er vi sikkert. Vi skal jo næsten prøve at ryge nu, ikke?
Jeg tror, alt på den her side er godt.
Ja, præcis.
Jeg tror, du
We
skal have
need the
samme
freeze
som
here if they want to
Tobias.
try to score.
Faktisk også lægge en lille smule skråt, ikke? Sådan ligger i samme.
2 or more. Have to key it up on the center line side.
Alt på højre side.
Can't afford to have this over curl to the left side of that yellow stone, and otherwise easy double available.
Yeah, this has to stay straight enough. Cannot afford to overcurl this one.
Gå! Rent, Kasper. Gå! T-line! T-line! Hjælp retning. T-line! Kald lidt!
Rocks definitely curling. Sweepers have got to hold it fairly straight.
Okay.
Got to hold this straight. Cannot allow it to curl anymore.
Probably good enough.
That's a nice shot. Excellent weight.
You blast it on the left-hand side. The back one goes easily. I don't know you can do anything if hitting it on the other side, Kevin, can you?
That's the side. Hit it that side. If you hit it, quarter rock hard, you might get rid of both yellows, maybe. Definitely get rid of the back one.
Let me say the top one's hard to get out. So a ton of rotation and hit it basically where the broom is. Thinner the better, probably.
Thinner the better. I'm with you. I'm not sure it's possible to spring the top one. That was a really nice freeze. Good shot.
Final rock and number 6 for Matsumura on the way.
Yep. Yes.
Keep this outside the center line. Doing a good job. Let's see what happens. Just couldn't get that out of there. Fantastic freeze from Denmark. And finally, we'll get 2 points with the hammer.
Get a crooked number up on that board.
Samme fart.
Well earned.
Hvad havde du før?
Some really good shots. The send.
Ja, hvad havde jeg før? Jeg havde 28. Sikkert efter 30. Ja. Jeg er færdig 44. Ja.
Final rock for skip Mikkel Krause on the way here in end number 6.
Lidt hurtig, er den ikke? Ja, lidt hurtig. God fart! Helst ikke lige nu, bare rent. God fart!
Just threw the exact same shot. Would expect this to be very close to the button area. Sweepers like it.
14-2 should be perfect.
Right on the button.
Flot!
Good end.
That'll make them feel a little better and give them a little hope heading into the last 4 ends. They're going to have to get into steal mode, though. It'll be Japan with the hammer with a 3-point lead in end number 7.
Godt, Mikkel. 2. Så vente lidt. God fart. Mikkel 2.
Seventh end of play underway here in our feature matchup between Japan and Denmark. A little glimmer of hope there for Team Denmark after finally getting 2 with last rock.
Okay.
But they've got their hands full with a team from Japan that's playing extremely well here. Day 6. 95% is a team at the break. And showing no signs of slowing down here, Kevin.
A nice shot to start this one, too.
Tick shot, roll for corner by Shinya Abe. Very nice.
Et igen, eller hvad? Ja.
Throw another center guard.
Go! Yep. 1. God fart.
Kasper Viksten.
Fuld fart. Kassel.
And one more guard.
Godt, Kasper. Fint.
With that tick shot being made nicely. Pumping that Yellowstone into the rings. It will allow Abe to play a takeout.
That's a nice tidy way to start the end. Bump it in, roll to a corner, another center, hit the open one, simplifies. The end, going to stay in the rings. 2 excellent shots.
And I suspect that Japan will just start to peel those middle guards here as we move into the second half. You see Norgard here throwing second stones and calling the game. Not the norm, but a few teams have had some success doing this, most notably the Swiss team. Probably won a bronze medal at the Olympics with that format. Look around the rings here. Norway, United States, they blanked end number 6, so US up 4-3 in the 7th end. China, Sweden also blanked the 6th end. They're tied playing 7 as well. And Germany and the Netherlands in a 4-3 battle. Also in end number 7. And it'll be the Netherlands with last rock in that one.
Yes! 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 Yes!
And he got a little tight on that one.
Yes.
Going to roll for the tricky corner guard.
Yeah, roll over there pretty nice, actually. For Team Denmark, though, it's all about throwing center guards and trying to steal a point here.
You really can't afford to give up any more points. Maybe 1 here, but that would be it. Anything more than 1. Uphill climb. Well, it's already uphill. Very a more steep uphill climb, I suppose. Steal would be great. You know, feel like you got a little momentum in the last couple of ends.
Looks like a good guard.
Two good rocks there from Norgard.
Yes, yes. 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 Yes, 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 yes.
So just full on steal mode, Kev. You don't ever end up throwing come around the corner. Force isn't ideal here, is it?
No, force is not ideal. It's you've got a nice rock right near the button. Just keep guarding it.
All in.
Yeah, all in, and play 4 really good guards here. You have an excellent chance to steal. Need to make 4 good shots, though, in a row here. Guards about a broom's length short of the house, and this one looks good. A little bit long. Need to get a little tighter to the house. It's a good spot.
It's like they're going to come after that stone in the rings. Partially exposed, little hack waiter for Shimizu.
That's a good call. The only danger with playing it is, of course, you get a little tight and just tick the guard a little bit.
With the ice curling a bit more, these hack waiters are a little easier. You don't have to get quite as tight to the guard and still make the shot.
And you have a third curling at 100%.
That does help.
Definitely takes a little of the stress away.
So they're able to miss the guard by 5 or 6 inches and still save the shooter.
Yes, the guard is a little long, longer than what you'd hope.
Doing his final rock here. And number 7.
Okay, fart. Sig line. Kasper, tæt. Sig. 4. God linje. Kasper, god linje. Helvstik.
Kun fart.
God linje. Fæk linje. 4. Wow, Kasper. Rolig.
Want to get this fully buried. Doesn't need to be too deep.
Beautiful shot. For curl to hair. Norway, USA. Schuster lying 2 here, Kevin. With that ice, I don't know if he's trying the double.
I doubt it with the score being what it is. Take on the double. Stefan Wallstad on his first actually tried this almost the same double, missed it. And then John, of course, put it back there and said, well, try again if you wish, but that would be foolhardy, I think. So take your one, tie the game, and carry on. A good end by Team USA to force.
A good situation for Schuster, trying to knock off the leaders, tied with the Hammer playing 8. News flash. Shimizu still curling 100%. That rock was
almost fully buried.
More buried than the first one, that's for sure.
Definitely, could only see a little wee bit of it and made it look easy. This beautiful weight control. And now the bad news for Team Denmark. If they tried to come around, the in-off would be very easy.
I'm going to try to hit and roll here.
I think that makes sense. You can imagine if you drew to the top of the button, it'd be a fairly simple either a tap or the in-off. So might as well make the hit now, roll buried.
Ikke nogen katastrofe heller. Nej. Yep.
Tuna on this right away.
Got to hold the line, cannot afford to roll out. Let's stick around for shot stone.
It does, and Abe not really sweeping that. There is a corner guard there that they're happy to leave it open.
Okay.
Looking at running that yellow back, I think that from what we've seen, they can chase around that middle pretty easily.
Well, definitely the third can.
That's right. Get Abe to throw the last one. Excuse me, Shimizu to throw the last. You watch Abe. Yeah, you think you'd sweep it. He's just going to leave it in the opening here. Smart play. I think you just hit and lie 3 here, don't you?
Absolutely, with the guard being as long as it is. Hit it right on the nose.
Shimizu's saying, listen, I just came around that easily. No problem, Skipper. Let's go. Hit the wide one here.
Skipper saying, yeah, but you're on a roll. Hang on.
Yeah. Matsumoto only curling 98.
どう？
いや中には寄せたくない。
いやノーズかちょっと外でもいいかなと思うけど。
中に寄せちゃダメだ。こっちから見た時
押しづらくなっちゃう。
いや中にあんま寄せたくない。
It wouldn't even be wrong to just peel that one out because it is behind the tee. You'd hate to try to hit it on the nose and roll behind the center guard.
Yeah, they're indicating originally roll to the left, if anything, as we're looking at it now.
That would be perfect.
And then what's the best shot for Denmark if the roll is made to the left or even a nose hit?
You have to play the come around. But to go top button gives so much space for the tap, you may have to just go half a rock in the top 4 buried.
That's Merle with his intern.
This is the exact spot. Shot was made in the first. This is really curling though. That's just fine. The only thing he couldn't do there was roll behind the center. Team Denmark has to ignore the rocks in the house. And for Team Japan, it doesn't really matter if you make the tap for 3 or you make the tap for 4.
Right. They did, Denmark did indicate top of the 4-foot here, ideally.
Half a rock in the 4-foot, pretty much as good as you can do.
And the thought being the further it goes into the rings, the easier it is for Japan to chase.
Correct. Yeah. With the guard being as long as it is.
Go, Kassel! T-line, go fast! Kassel lige nu!
Definitely wider line than we've seen, so this should curl if the weight's good. Here it comes.
Just needing this rock in the 4-foot. Have to go hard to get it there though. Has to be shot rock. Don't think so.
Just once it started to curl, it just took the weight right off of it. Appears that red is shot zone. Japan didn't look at it very long. So they've gone to the other turn, which is there's a touch more room to draw there. But Japan needs to be careful here, the way it moves. You ever hate to rub that yellow going by.
Rub it into the 4-foot area.
Final rock in the hands of skip Yuta Matsumura. Shot for 2. Shimizu thinks it's light right away, jumped on it.
Holding the line out there though, that'll help carry the rock a little further. Keep it straight.
14-3. Should get there. You gotta not touch that yellow. And that's perfect. That appears to be 2 more. It is 2 indeed. Just a clinic being put on today by Team Japan. Up 9-4 here after 7 ends of play. Eighth end of our feature matchup here at the BKT Tires and OK Tire World Men's Curling Championship 2021, coming to you from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Yuta Matsumura and his team from Japan making the game look easy this morning, up 9-4 as we play in number 8. Little mistake there. 5-point lead by Shinya Abe throwing a center guard. So Norgard from Denmark is asking his lead, Kasper Viksten, to throw a center to protect that Japanese error short of the house. In the 5-rock rule, you may remove your own stones, but may not remove your opponent's stones. So I like this call, Kevin, to protect that unwanted guard thrown by Team Japan here in end number 8. Let's look at the head-to-head matchup. Viksten having an excellent game, 96. Not sure why he was substituted out earlier in the week. He's been, every time we watch him, he's been very good.
Always in the low to mid 90s. And to your question about guarding that one that's short, I think it's a great call, because if you do throw the corner guard, you know what Team Japan would have done? Walked up and peeled it.
Peeled their own.
Peeled their own guard, yes, because it's only helping the opposition. So very, very smart call. And now behind the tee, so a really good possibility here for Team Denmark to maybe get a few points here. A couple of mistakes early in this one.
Go! Lidt kort tid. God retning. 12. God retning. Helt ned til den, var. Tobias hit.
Viksten with a freeze attempt here. A couple of mistakes there from Abe. That one coming deep.
Needs to get by here. That's pretty good if they can get it by. Well swept. Good shot.
Really moving now. Just comes open on that in-turn side. You saw Matsumura say, we're going to try to hit the yellow, but if we get our own red, that's okay. Still cannot hit that high yellow guard, though. 5th rock at the end being thrown here. Just make sure to get by the yellow center.
Looks like a pretty good throw.
Whoa. Whoa.
Nicely done. Doesn't change the fact, though, that Team Denmark has a lot of good rocks in play. You can freeze to the back one. You've got 2 guards. It's a good-looking situation.
Yosumasa winning the battle at second right now. 89 to 75%.
Line's a lot better on this come around. Shouldn't come out in the open, I wouldn't expect. Just bury it fully.
Okay. Den stoppede også med at rotere, hva'?
Let's head over to Sheet B. Nicola Sadine and Team Sweden taking on China. Sweden with the hammer here in 8.
A really good curling game. Tied 2-2, playing 8, but huge opportunity here for Team Sweden. In-turn draw to the paint for 2. There hasn't been a lot of big chances in this game. Been lots of rocks in play, but just good hitting ability of everybody. But no mistake made. So 4-2 now for Nicola.
So 1 yellow stone behind the red center guard.
Top 4. God retning. Top 4.
Norgard Trying to play the wide out turn wide out turn freeze.
The line looks pretty good, and this does curl a lot at the end. Oh, nice shot. That's in there on the corner.
Denmark, the last 2 or 3 ends, playing a little better.
Just get a little bit more comfortable with the extra curl, I think. Just not putting the broom in the right place to start with, but have now figured it out.
インターンかい。ターンはこっちの方がいい。前1個でも悪くないわ。こっち当て。そうここ。
It's got to hit it right where the broom is.
Ton of weight on this one. Looks pretty good. It's close to nose. Can get it all. What a day. What a day at the office.
Still 100.
Making everything. Frustrating when you're playing against somebody that's shooting that well. Look at this. The amount of weight on this throw.
Matsumura just got to get out of the way. Out of the way of the train coming through. Shimizu on fire.
Højst lang. 10 plus. 4 bag. 10 line. Kun fart!
Kasper. Kom. Alt hvad den har. Alt hvad den kan trække. Kom.
So throw one bullet run back and maybe now a quiet one right afterwards. There he is, 100%. Degree of difficulty has not been low, as we just saw. Heck of a game.
Jeg kommer hurtigt ud, så slipper jeg den lidt løs. Det næste, den kommer jeg til at spille med.
Matsumura almost called the trick shot. He was going to run the red onto his own red at the top of 12 and then get the yellow one on the button. Has gone to the straight peel.
It's good to give your third a fairly easy shot. Well, we did get rid of everything anyway.
He's trying to tick shot into his own. Never mind. That was fantastic.
Yeah, gets rid of all the extra rocks. Great shot again.
Whatever you had for dinner last night, keep feeding the same food. What a performance. Thought they might split the rings here. They're going to throw one more guard. This is really curling and it's not heavy.
Yeah, I'm not sure the benefit of throwing this guard.
Wow.
That does open up the tap.
Yeah, just far too high, that guard. Matsumura's in turn. Pretty easy shot with half weight. Sorry, out turn for the lefty, not the in turn.
Yeah, that's right.
But again, nice movement now with the rocks being touched up this morning, so good chance of making this. So get the weight right.
Like a nice release.
Not heavy.
Which means it will curl. Getting pretty close to the guard.
Bit of an unforced error there from Matsumura. Really the first shot he's missed as well. Good news is he did move that guard far enough over. 93 through 7 ends. Getting rolled out last end also to drop from that 98 that he was at a 98% clip there through 6.
Midt på centerlinjen.
Ja.
8 fod.
So great chance for 2 here again.
12 fod er fint.
See this rock end up half buried. Probably see Matsumura just throw a big weight peel.
Play to the scoreboard. Take no chances at another tick.
God! Det er din, Kasper. God fart!
Fin retning.
Fin retning.
Kan selv lige nu, god fart!
Tight
8
retning.
selv! 8 selv, ikke rør! Kort retning!
Ja, T-line. Top 4.
Lad den dø.
Top 4.
Aldrig nogensinde. T-line, top 4.
Tobias. Høvl.
Det er okay. Okay.
Come a little too deep there. Maybe a big weight peel off the back one. Maybe get rid of both yellows.
Maybe very, very difficult.
Make sure you get by the guard.
Yeah, we're both saying the exact same thing. You cannot afford to hit the guard. So, you know, I would say there's a real good likelihood this will be a little bit wide and end up nosing. Just to be sure you don't chip off the guard and give up 3. As expected, just to make sure. Smart play. It's a big difference between giving up a 2 or a 3 this end. Giving up a 3, all of a sudden it's steal, steal, steal. Give up 2, somewhere there has to be a steal of 2.
Right. Final stone of end number 8. Denmark trying to close the gap here a little bit.
Yep.
Chance for 2. Pretty good. By the guard, and this should finish nicely.
Shot.
It is 2 indeed. As Denmark closes the score down to 9-6. Heading into end number 9. Japan will take the hammer and try to put the game away in the 9th end.
God curling, drenge. Lidt spøjs inden, hva'? Go! 1!
Denmark in steal mode here in end number 9.
1! God fart! Kan selv lige nu.
Kasper Fiction being asked for a high center guard.
1!
Retning er der sig selv.
See if they can get a
Flot!
little miss from Shinya Abe, as they'll try the tick shot, no doubt. And they'll throw the tight one if they can find a way to get 2 center guards in play here.
That's it. That's it.
Going to have to curl quite a lot to get a piece. Close. Not quite.
So the double center is the call. They'll throw another guard around that one, tighter to the rings.
Trækker det lidt. Han spil, ja.
And you may see Team Japan at that point go into the house, into the top 8 as the defensive play rather than try another tick shot. We'll have to see
Go!
if Casper makes this one really good.
Vi er 2 nu.
Bare kom. Bare kom. God retning. God retning.
Head over to sheet A, USA Norway in a battle, and Norway lying looks like 4, and a tight port here for John Schuster to negotiate.
There's a big curl on this out-turn side, and
Yep, line.
Norway
Yep, line.
has had the U.S. chasing all end, and this is a really tough draw.
Easy, easy. Hard.
Have to wait for it to come off the corner
Keep
guard.
going then.
It is.
Line's good. Yeah.
Looks a little heavy though. Sweepers.
Yes, yes.
It does come down.
Pistol, Johnny.
What a great shot for one.
Green. Yes. Yes.
That one you want.
John always gives the commentary on it. Only made 1 shot this end, but made the last one. These skips can curl 50% as long as it's their second one every end. Don't want to miss the last one. Nice tick shot made there by Abe. Tick the tight guard. Excellent result.
Ja.
Throw another center guard. Tight to the rings.
Lang! Er du sikker på det? God! Plads. 3. 2. Very godt. 2, 3. Lang. 12. 12. Vist ikke lige nu. Dør lidt nu. 12. Måske 3. Yep, Tobias. Yep. Yep.
Well by the top. Trying to get it to finish now.
Hard ind til linjen. Yep, yep. Okay. Kom igen.
Bad, about half buried.
52.
Japan content to peel.
It's not easy to peel without some risk of having the Yellowstone ricochet into the house.
Green. Yes. Green. Green.
That opens up the peel lane now. That's a great shot by Japan.
Go! 1, 2, 1. Helst 2. Retning at gå.
Throw a few guards here, Kev,
Retning
and
at gå. Det er Kasper.
eventually you need to make some sort of move into the rings, I would think, if you're Denmark. That stone at the top 12 isn't going to steal anything from Team Japan here, I don't think.
Yeah, I think you probably throw at least a couple more center guards.
Yes.
Probably, you might even throw one on your skips first.
Yes.
And then come to the button on the last and hope that Utah doesn't make the run back double. That's got to be the way to play this out. If they come around any sooner than that, it sort of takes the pressure off of the skip to make the run back double.
Kasper. 2. God linje. 2, 3. Hæv stik. Den er lang. Kaspers. Vi køler over lige nu.
Bare lad den dø.
Den er 3.
Bare lad den dø.
That's fine. It doesn't really matter if it guards the back one or not. To your point, Mike, that's not the rock that's going to steal the point. So.
Just don't want to leave any kind of angle for the especially for Shimizu at third.
Make sure of the peel, and if you get the back one, that's the bonus. The peel's the most important part. It's a good shot.
He'll be disappointed with that.
Yeah, he will actually be disappointed, but that should still be a 4 out of 4. Should still be cruising along at 100, I would assume.
Kortere tid. 2. Samme fart. God linje. 2. Kaspers. Samme fart.
Fin retning.
2. 3. 2.
Rolig. Den er fin der.
Rolig.
Fin der.
Godt.
Well done.
Good throws.
Decision has been made already. It looks like they are throwing the guard.
One more center. I would think that Team Japan will peel it, I would expect.
Ja, om den foran. Ja.
You never know. Team Japan's very aggressive. They may come around, but I doubt it.
God. 2. Kassel. Kun retning. God fart. 2. 1. 1, 2. Halvanden. 1. Skift. 2. Han er 2. 2. Ja, 2. Kom. Kom bare. Kom.
Get this on the center line.
Kom bare, Tobias. Yep. Kom.
That's very nice. Good shot. Well played end. Now if the last one is made to the button.
Shimizu still at 100. 18 shots. As I said, nobody wake him up before the next one.
Hey. Yep. Yes. Green. Hey.
Well, Matsumura's either, well, I'm sure he'll be hitting. There it is. Better look at Team Japan's third man. MVP in this one for sure.
No question. Absolutely no question. Has had lots of very difficult shots to make and has made every single one of them perfectly.
Fra 10-lejen til 4 bag. Ja, gør det. 25.
So to me, if you make this, the way I always looked at things, if you make this draw in this situation perfect to the top of the button, there's no decision. Team Japan goes down and throws the double. So where would you have to put it so that they think, well, maybe we should go after the rock? Maybe half buried, a quarter buried, and where? Maybe
or deep.
A little deep.
Maybe they'll draw.
It's really important to try to make the other team think a little, not just automatically play one shot. This has to get by, though.
It is.
Good.
And to your point here, there's no real chance for Japan to score throwing a draw, so no decision required here for Matsumura.
And when there's no decision, in my opinion, the athlete has a better chance of making the shot. You always want the other team to have two choices.
Ideally, they change your mind into hack. That's the perfect situation.
And then not come down and reset.
Right.
Right.
All right.
That's not the case here.
Big weight double here for Matsumura.
Is that the game over?
This is made. I suspect that'll be the last stone of the game. Final rock and in number 9 on its way.
Hey. Yep. Go. 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 Hey. Go. Go. Yes. 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 Yes.
Beautiful double for Matsumura, and that is handshakes indeed. And just a clinic put on by Team Japan here in our feature matchup against Denmark. Just given the Danes all they could handle. 10-6 is the final. Japan stays mathematically alive for the playoffs with that win. Let's head over to sheet A. 2 rocks to come here. John Schuster's final rock, and then number 9 on its way. Nothing in play. It'll be Stefan Wallstad looking for the blank in 9, and see if he can't find a way to take 2 coming home to win this one.
Knappe mer, Torgeir. Din fikk litt der.
A little bit of pressure on the skip on this last one to make this blank.
Rent. Ja, rent.
Well thrown, and it will indeed be a blank end. So the classic situation. Wallstad will be 1 down with last rock, heading to the 10th and potentially final end of this key matchup on sheet A.
Tight and go around it.
What, if we throw it in? He might, and then he does, and then we throw. If he does, yeah, until they throw a corner guard, and then we can't peel it. And they have 1 corner guard, we have nothing in the center to have any chance of saving us. We have to throw center guard.
Trying to gamble as to whether or not Norway's going to go around the middle.
We've been good at forcing these guys all day. They're forced in that other end if I make my last one, so pretty confident.
They're forcing that end too if I make my first one too.
That's all right.
Fucking thing curled like an absolute crazy bitch. Frustrating.
John Schuster, the veteran skip from United States. It's always a guessing game as to what your opponents are going to do. John Landsteiner. Ready to get things underway here in end number 10.
Matt, if you can early, but if you can't, it's fine, but that was Matt. Okay, line's good now. Line's fine.
Keep going, Matt.
A little tight for line would be the indication. Reason they're sweeping that early,
Be a little
but
tighter than Brumano's good. Attaboy.
nice center guards to start things off.
Perfect, I love that height.
Good start, Lance. 409.
Yeah, 12.
Den knappe tight.
And as suspected, down 1. Blåberg being asked for a corner guard. Norway definitely needs some rocks in play here in order to generate a multiple score to win this one in 10. We're going to have some action here. Rocks in play.
Should have room.
I got there right now.
Whoa.
Matt, you're off.
6. Whoa. 6.
Right off then.
Trying to come down.
Okay, go ahead, Chris.
5,
It's you
6.
though.
No. 6. Still there.
Got a lot of curling. Timed out all the way here. 14-3. Maybe a little bit in the last. Yep. Go ahead. Yep.
Good throw, Lancer. Am I throwing mine on top of that?
Legg på utan. Den är bra.
God fart.
5-6. Og kølet ser lang ut.
Da må vi ha foran 10.
Ok, har plass. Masse plass. Så må nesten gjemme den uansett. Gå langt hvis du kan, Markus.
Couple of ways to combat a stone in the top 4 foot. It's either to freeze or to go around your own corner guard and try to go around the corner. That's going to stay open though.
Yeah, what do you want for weight? You're not going to roll. I mean, you'd have to throw like first. I mean, you want to throw normal weight? Okay.
You like that? Yeah.
Outturn hit coming from Matt Hamilton.
Board.
Yep.
Hard. Hard, Chris.
Going hard early.
Close.
Yep.
Woo.
Yes.
Really well swept there by
That's fine.
Chris Plies and John Landsteiner.
Sweet.
Ja, du kan rulle oppå.
Ok, dobbelt er ikke der.
Ja, jeg sylte inn. Du kan rulle oppå. Det er kanskje greit.
Er ikke det veldig bra ut da?
Bare dytte den bak hit.
Ja, men du får jo fint den dobbelen der, gjør du ikke det? Eller i hvert fall...
Ja, men vil du spille den da?
Veteran third, Torger Nergard coming down to have a look.
Det er bra, ja.
5-time
Og hvis du
Olympian.
dytter den til å sitte her. Enda bedre.
Du har lyst til å spille litt hardere her hvis...
Ok, spill den farta du vil.
Bare sånn hack eller vant.
Ja.
Problemet er hvis vi gjør det, så kanskje han tar den på hjørnet her da.
Jeg tror han gjør det. Det er derfor jeg lurte om å skulle dra en til.
Kan du ikke dratt den til, ja?
Ligger ikke flis i lomma. Sprega vår litt.
Hæ?
Sprega vår litt.
Coaches having a look.
Ja, det her på
Great
Magnus.
Paul Trulson on the
Ja,
left and
rettstein, Steffen.
Thomas Lavold
Okay.
on the right. Ignoring those stones in the rings for the moment. And going to try to go around that corner guard again.
Den er bra. 5, har plass.
Kjøp plass. Vi har nok fart. 7.
Ok, vente da. 6, så er forbi. 6, så er alltid forbi. Vent så lenge dere kan.
A little bit tighter line here on this come
Magnus, gå
around.
når du kan. Se om han er helt bak her.
Still needs to move to get buried.
Har du Magnus? Begge to. Begge to.
Kom igjen litt til. Litt til.
Og spill.
Better. Last come around, of course, stayed open. Left USA to hit and roll to the side of the 4 foot.
What?
That's
I'm just
buried.
trying to decide how deep we want it.
Interesting, Kevin, here in
It's got to
the
be in this area.
10th end, trying to
You
get
cover this,
2
they
coming
can't
home.
make the roll. It'd be
Norway
great,
only
like,
threw 1
right
guard.
full 8 foot, or full 8 foot.
Well, there's certainly lots of rocks in play, though. There'll be lots of opportunity. Very important to have one underneath the guard. But Matt trying to come into the middle and kind of clog up the middle area.
Okay, line's good.
Soft release. 6,
Lead,
7.
lead.
Feels less than...
Yep.
6, 7, 7, 8.
Starting
course,
to stay with it
team,
though. We got to stay high in this back
Norway
rock.
working hard to get that rock behind
No
the
choice.
corner.
Whoa.
And now playing into the middle for Team USA. When the run back start, Team Norway has to be careful not to have something ricochet onto their rock behind the guards.
Do you just freeze here now, or do you play some sort of
Stein.
Se akkurat ikke det andre.
Still very early in the end. I would
Ok, for du kan spille
certainly like a
liksom
freeze into the
vanlig
pocket.
og rulle på toppen og
Then you've
dytte den
got
litt ut.
2 rocks that couldn't be removed easily.
Ja, hvis du klarer så.
Du kan spille pil også.
Ja, den farta du føler deg komf med. Hvis du treffer tjukk hals, så er det bra, Markus.
Ja, spill 11.
They're definitely going to play the hit and roll. They're just discussing the weight. I believe they're asking for peel weight. And again, the danger is you roll your shooter out of play or you clip the guard and all of a sudden the end is over. Or even with a nose hit doesn't help you much. It's pretty good for line.
Sets up a bit of a pocket, though, that the U.S. will likely freeze into. I don't like that call very much.
There's just much better stuff happening for us in here.
Yeah, agreed.
So.
That 05 is good, or is that heavy?
I think that 05 is going to be close. Don't you, Center?
This is a spot in the ice where John Schuster made that beautiful draw through the port. This curls a lot from this side.
Heard the 05 reference. Team USA uses a back line to the first hog line split time of 4.05 seconds. That's the weight they're trying to throw. So gauging how hard they kick out of the hack.
Gotta go!
Go if you need to.
This will curl, and when it curls, the weight comes off it. This is all about the sweepers.
And the line's excellent.
Trying to freeze it right in the pocket.
Yep, a little bit.
It's a wonderful shot.
Shot, dude. That was a 4. 4-0.
Last draw coming here on sheet B. China was forced to score 1 in 9. So this is an open draw to the 8-foot for Nicola Sadine to win this one. China all of a sudden playing tough against the top teams here, Kev.
Yeah, they played a good game, a good solid game, and even on the last one, came around the corner guard, perfectly buried, forcing Nicola to make his last. Nick's also played very good this game, though, so I wouldn't expect any type of miss on this one. Made most of the shots today. No problem at all. Right into the 4-foot circle.
Jag spelar fan typ samma nivå. Good game, good luck. Good game, good luck. Good game, good luck. Good game, good luck. Bra boys, fint. Mycket bra. Mycket bra.
Interesting call there from Norway, but again opens up the stone behind the tee line. Pretty
if
good.
It warps all the way to here is just fine too, but yeah, the more we can hide, the better.
Let's try to put it right back to where it was.
A little more weight than that.
What did you guys get there?
I had a 4-0.
I had 93, so.
Just like another 2 feet.
Yep. What's up?
Early.
Go ahead then.
Same weight.
Okay. You got room. You got room.
Gotta go.
It'll curl. No worries. It'll curl.
Just a 4.
Hard. Stay down, Matt. Hard, Matty. Hard. Be really good to outcount this side one. Hard. Not curl. Not curl. Not curl.
Just coming up a little light and now exposing shot stone.
4-0 again.
Chance for Norway to do a little
drar
damage
hit så
here,
kan jag få
Kevin. They've called a timeout.
Vi står
They'll
spille
have
den,
Coach
så
Thomas
spiller han
Levold come
frysen.
down and
Vi ser
consult.
hva. Man ser jo litt da. Vi står spille den. Det var det jeg tenkte.
Det er så naturlig det. Jeg tenker hvis du klarer å spille den, du ser ikke mye av
Guess the
den.
only good news for Team USA is that top yellow is
Så gjør han trippen.
going to be there for
Hvis du gjør
the
det
majority of the end.
rulle dit.
Tighter scoring area for Norway.
Du spiller 8 selv, og så koster det.
Red's in a bit of a tricky spot too.
For å gå all in.
Team USA, you can see half of it.
Dra hit og stoppe her.
Ja, da er det jo helt gull. Hvis du
Det er like lett, for å si det sånn.
Hvis du kommer til nose og blir shot,
See what
så
Coach
guarder han.
Levold
Han
has
kan
to
ikke
say.
guarde, vet du, så tar han begge veier. Der er det beste hvis du får det til.
Det er liksom ikke så mye stopp heller da, for å få shot.
Nei,
Jeg ser ikke veldig mye av den, for å si det sånn.
da går du for draw.
Så jeg køler voldsomt den der da. Gjør det.
Og snakker om den.
Ja. Nei, de to. Det er vanskelig.
Det er vanskelig å rulle oss av, så har jeg den med en gang.
Har vi etappene?
Hvis vi gjør den, så fryser han.
Det som er problemet med å fjerne den, er at han får den med en gang. Han kommer til å spille noe sånt og rulle bort den.
Han var 2 steiner, han da.
Ja, jeg vet det. Men derfor så tror jeg kanskje jeg liker dragninga. Hvis du...
Ja. Og det er ikke krise.
Altså, jeg liker vel la den rå ligge.
Hvis du stopper her også, da.
Skulle nå ha tappet den, Torger.
Nei, det liker jeg ikke. Da kommer vi til å slite med
Okay.
What do you like here, Kevin?
Well, the problem with that freeze is if you don't get across the face of the yellow stone on the button, the triple on the reds is quite easy.
Hit what you can see of the red at the top of the forefoot.
Yeah, you can see almost all of that red.
Shooter goes to the one on the right.
Mine krysser akkurat
And the one
senter da,
frozen
det
to
sies
the
her.
yellow goes.
Tror det er grei is, ja.
But if you can get this freeze to the inside, that shot's not
Jeg
there.
køla litt med alt i dag, da.
And could possibly double jam as well, so.
I like this call. It just has to be made spot on.
The veteran third, Torger Nergard, long-time third for Team
Snappe
Olsrud
tight, men linja ok.
out of Norway.
Fart er viktigst. Nære.
Certainly has brought a lot to this team.
Linja bra, har plass.
A lot of experience. Seen it
Linja
all.
bra. Bare fart, har plass. 6. Og
Gå inn, vi må lime på, gutter.
ok.
Weight looks
Smash
good.
det siste kan.
Now,
Altså, ikke linja.
can it curl enough to get across the face? That is the question. It does not. So,
Heard John say they all go.
it didn't quite get enough curl.
John Schuster,
Can
when
I
we've
see enough
watched
is the
him,
question.
has just played
yeah.
very, very well.
I
I've
think
had
I
that
can
one
just see
struggle
enough,
against
Chris.
Team Canada, but
If I hit what I can see, am I going over the top of that or not?
I don't think so.
Okay.
so triple is available.
If I hit
And
what I
this
can see, they all go?
I think so, yeah.
will make it very difficult for Norway
What
to
do you got,
score
Matt?
two.
Half? Yeah.
A little less than that, right?
I don't think
Difficult to pick this clean,
Yeah, I
though,
got-
without
I do
removing
have half.
the Yellowstone
You like
back
this
button.
broom?
It'll likely go as well.
You gotta hit sliver less.
Yeah,
right,
just
to
a
get off.
fuzz less. Yeah. Or fuzz more, sorry. More. Yeah, you know.
Olympic champion on his way here in 10. Needs a triple.
Oh, whoa. Matt! Hard! Whoa!
Hard, Chris, go!
All the way, Chris, all the way!
Terrific shot.
A little further now.
How was that?
Great shot, Johnny. Pistol.
Better make the next one.
He commented on that earlier. What have you done for me lately? Well, how about this?
Hard, Chris, go!
All the way, Chris, all the way!
out.
Beautiful triple.
Great shot, Johnny.
Matt!
You heard John say in the 8th, then if you're going to make one shot and end, make it the last one.
Hard, Chris, go!
That is still going to apply here in end number 10. Nice that he made the first one. He's going to need one more.
Dead berries in on there. Because he can get in both sides. Maybe.
Midt på 12 på det.
Wallstedt under some pressure here now.
One thing about this spot in the ice, Mike, it curls a lot. Be no problem getting it buried if it's thrown perfectly.
Bra fart. Litt løs. Ja.
Linja bra.
Ja.
Linja bra.
Bare fart.
Linja helt gull.
6, 5.
Linja bra.
Litt tight.
Linja helt gull. Ja.
Linja
Bra,
perfekt.
helt opp på
Smack
tida
up.
nå. Hard.
A great line and great weight. Oh boy. That is dead buried. What a shot. Timeout for Team Schuster. What have they got here, Kevin? Maybe yellow combo up the front?
They've certainly been talking about that shot.
We'll see what
You have that less than you see.
Sean Baton has to say.
Oh, I definitely.
It's like a little less than quarter on the top one.
Yep.
That's like a third.
Okay.
Like a third.
Yeah, I mean, if I hit it, if I continue it dead on the line, it makes contact.
Yeah, I mean, if you hit a third, I think it might just nut right here.
Yeah, sounds
Agreed. That's a shot.
Good. Sounds good. Third is going to be close to missing that rock. Isn't it? No, it hits it.
I think it hits it.
Yeah, well, you can see that
I
top
think if I
one.
hit anything of what I can see for the most part, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Where are you at, Johnny? Like
as
here?
much as you can see, might be too thick, actually. So it's
Time. I'm going to clean this path.
get by the guard by an inch or two, and yellow onto red. It's not easy. It's almost the same type of angle as the triple that was just made on the other side.
Final rock of the 10th end on the way for John Schuster.
Can't hurt it.
Clean. Can't
hurt it.
Now this will move down the center line here.
Great shot, John.
Great shooting.
Really well done by the American skip. A couple of beauties here in end number 10. And guaranteed himself at least an extra end here. Who also still has to draw the 8-foot, of course, but triple and then a double angle raise. Thank you, Skipper.
Good shooting.
Last rock of end number 10 on its way for Wallstad.
Shoot.
Crucial game here for Team USA against the leaders in the round robin. Coming up big here. They will have the hammer in end number 11. We'll go extras here in the morning draw on day 6. 5-5 after 10 ends of play. USA with hammer in the extra.
All right, boys. 2 ticks. Yep. I think you probably, yeah.
Been a battle with two teams
Bra, tror jeg. Litt tight om nå.
looking for their first world championship
Kommer til å køle
for
over
their
veldig mye, Torger. Tror jeg.
respective countries in a while.
Perfekt, det. Det er greit, det der. Bra spill, Magnus.
Heard Team USA looking for a couple of tick shots early from Landsteiner. We've seen that strategy a couple of times here, Kevin, where they throw the guard a little bit off the center line to change the look a little.
Yeah, the center line tick shot is almost an automatic shot now. So you move it a little off center, and it's not. It's much more difficult.
Close. Yeah. Whoa. Yeah. Hard.
That starts to curl now. Oh, look at that.
Let's go, Maddie. Come on.
Terrific shot.
Attaboy, Steiner. Beauty. Very nice.
Good scrub.
Fikk en halvstein mindre is. Okay.
Det ser langt ut. Det settes lenger ut av forrige på meg. Bare la den dø. Litt lenger.
Okay. Og spille.
with the center. Try another one.
Yep.
Hard.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Close though.
Matt.
Easy, no, Chris. Hard.
Sorry.
Oh, great weight from John Landsteiner on those two, and that's really gets Team USA
Okay.
out of any real danger of a steal at this point. They just have to be careful not to drive any of these guards that are going to be thrown into the pile and have it roll back to the middle. Wonderful start.
Ja. Ja. 1 bra. 1,5 perfekt, tror jeg. Ja.
I'll try to leave this one a little longer, to your point, Mike, and just give a chance for a jam and roll to the middle.
Matt Hamilton on the way. His first stone. Double Olympian from Pyeongchang, played both mixed doubles and the men's game. Joined his sister Becca in the mixed doubles competition, and there was some concern that would lead to too much. Before we get into that, Team Netherlands winning that game on a measure in 10, so excellent win for young team from Netherlands. But I was going to say Matt and his sister played mixed doubles, so there was a concern that both of them would be too tired to play in the four-person game, but Team Schuster winning the gold medal kind of dispelled any concerns.
Matt Hamilton in that mixed doubles trials final was against John Schuster.
Right.
So probably better that Matt was the tired one in the
as opposed to the skipper. Yeah, John sweeping for a week ahead of.
I guess we could try to go this way with it, but I don't like
round robin
sending
would
two
have
rocks
been
out. I think
interesting.
we just peel this off, Matt.
Norway trying something a little different, trying to corner freeze to that yellow
You could
stone.
theoretically come through the hole a little bit, maybe tap this in too.
Okay.
So, but make sure you hit red first.
Yep.
And at that point, was having a chat with Team Canada leader Jeff Stoughton earlier today. Darren Moulding played in the mixed doubles championship last week and actually injured himself. So there was that kind of eliminated any chance that Team Canada would have the same type of situation for Beijing. Did not want to risk injury with one of the athletes that are on the four-person team. Darren tweaked his back while he was sweeping in the mixed doubles competition, so they immediately withdrew, trying to get ready for this week's championship. What do you do here with your Norway? It looks like they're going to try to tap the yellow in behind the T line, roll for a center.
It's a great call. Excellent call.
Det som du kan nå prøve å sitte overlapp på den og dytte den, så bruker oss den som guard etterpå. Det jo nesten nose.
Even if you just bump it in the top 12, just something to hide
Nose
behind.
eller hår innside med bak 4, maks T-line bak 4. Liker den isen? Nei.
My Norwegian isn't very good, but it sounds like a back 4-foot weight or T-line at the most. So move the yellow that's tightest to the rings, closer to the center line. Roll the shooter a little bit to the center as well. Is the theory.
Just try to build towards the middle. This is out there a little ways though. Wanting to get across the face.
We'll see now if they go around that yellow. Okay, I look like they can get a little bit of the 4-foot even.
Might peel that biter out.
To what? To this one?
Yeah.
Probably. I mean, you can get it under. I mean, you could just hit as thin as you want. I mean, you could just peel it straight off too.
Okay. Take your time, Chris.
I mean, this rock now is their guard, though, is the problem.
Right, that's the
Like
one I
those are
would peel
almost
out.
meaningless, but I think if we clear this out of here, I like the peel.
John, did we ever just pick the yellow?
This one?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I mean, they're coming under here, I guess, Chris.
And you just got to hit 4 foot.
And peel it off. I still have the
We
4
have a
foot.
piece of the 4 foot with that yellow there.
That goes to the
You might be
comfort
right.
of John Schuster
Yeah,
throwing his last.
okay.
He's happy to
That's
draw
fine,
the
because I
card.
guess the best thing to do now is half 8 foot, right?
It's the most dangerous rock on the sheet.
I like this peeling the yellow. It's the closest one to the middle that they can hide behind. Just, if John wants to draw, give him the biggest possible area to draw to.
Lean. 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 Cool.
Nice throw there from Chris Plies. Well done.
They had a piece of the 4 foot with that rock.
No, you're right.
That was right, John.
And really, you know, Walshad only would have to get about half buried, get a pretty good chunk of the 4 foot indeed. As you said, we talked about it earlier in our show. Leave a little indecision to your opponent is the best strategy many times.
Linja er bra.
Linja er fin.
Litt tight, kanskje.
Well, this strategy is fairly straightforward. Come around the corner guards and put this rock on the
Ligg
tee
på
line.
T-line.
Right on the tee.
Kosten min er perfekt.
Ikke køle noe mer nå.
Og spill.
Inch or two too deep, but that's okay.
Størten blank.
Doesn't quite drag there.
Still probably see the double peel though, I would think. Get rid of those 2 at the front.
Like, as of right now, I mean, that's a great shot, right?
Yep.
But the only thing on the sheet that can really hurt
Is
us.
this one rolling to the center?
Yeah.
Right, but look at this space.
Let's go back to the 10th end.
You got in that half?
Yeah.
A couple of fantastic shots by
And that's all you do is hit it anywhere high.
the Olympic gold medalist.
Okay, what your other thought? I mean,
Triple on his first.
All the way out.
working over this. Yeah.
A little further now. Great shot, Johnny.
I didn't know there was that much space.
And then after a beautiful come around by Walshad, a double angle raise on his next.
Can't hurt it.
Half rock is going to just probably chisel
Great
our
shot, John.
We saw John Schuster in Pyeongchang. Once he kind of gets that look, just played so well through the playoffs. Actually had three sudden death games in the round robin as well there. So it's not that dissimilar here at the World Championships. You know, at 3 losses already, they lose this one. Scotland still to play later today. They've got a bit of work to do to make the playoffs. So
Beauty, Chris.
That opens up both the in-turn now and the out-turn draw paths to the 4 foot circle.
We have a timeout, right?
Yeah.
Norway's going to throw probably one more guard, I suspect.
I thought they were like closer together.
Dra den på linje bak 10, og så slår han, og så fryser oss.
You throw it behind the tee line, I think it's the call. Maybe leave a freeze, but unlikely John will try to hit it on the nose.
That would definitely shock me.
Jeg har ikke lyst til å gi inn den slashen for å vinne kampen nå. Skal ikke det?
Tid nå, eller?
Jeg har oss, jeg vet ikke.
Vi har timeout nå, men.
Skal
Ja, vi kan dra hit, det er greit det.
Ja.
Henger den ennå, eller?
Jeg tror det.
It's the theory.
Det er greit man slår på
I
innan.
guess if you throw center guard, John's got a free run at that slash double.
Jeg
You
tror
want to
bak
lie
4.
too. What do you
Yes.
like in this
Hvis han slår,
situation?
så kan
Kev?
jeg
Well, I do understand the thinking, but I would definitely throw a halfway center guard
liksom være på
and,
linje med
and
en
risk. It is a
bak.
skip throwing a peel. Skips don't throw a lot of peels. You never know.
Dette
Might miss one.
rask utover innover, så jeg tror 14-5 på sikt.
Ok. Nok så likt den jeg dro til knappen forrige gang.
Ja, helt sammen.
So why don't you put this about a foot behind the tee line?
He'll be hoping for a nose hit from John Schuster, leaving a freeze for Wallstad.
Gå helt ned bak 10.
Ja, løse.
Ja, da bare
So the time is running here.
Bare bare stå høyt. Høyt.
With the rocks being scratched, it's been a little slower today, looking for about a 14.
Litt til.
Now they changed their mind, Kev. They are throwing the guard.
Bare
That makes sense.
tung hele veien.
Me. Now John will likely take on the slash and hope to get rid of both reds.
So where do you go with your last one now if you're Norway?
if you make the double.
Even if it's straight peel, is just made. Well, if you make the double, you kind of got to go around, I suppose. But
Go around something. Miss this one though. Then there's some decisions to make.
We might have to go to an outside path. I think let's just make it. I mean, it's the worst they can do is roll a
Worst
rock
they can do
better.
is like here.
Is a rock better, right?
Yeah.
It's fine. So.
You cool with it?
Yeah.
Okay. It's like thin half.
Yeah, you're going thick side, right?
I was thinking.
Yeah.
1 minute.
We got a timeout, right?
I know, I'm just telling you.
John Landsteiner just letting the skip know they're a minute to go, a minute of thinking time. Looking for the double.
You like it here?
Maybe just an inch more. A little more, yep.
Yep.
Yep, hard. Hard.
Pull it off, man.
Hard!
Close.
Pull it off, man. Good. It's good.
Not quite.
Well, you know that John Schuster wants to draw. So find out which is the best draw path and block that. That's what I think.
Would you do that instead of throwing maybe edge of the forefoot on the left side? You'd rather take the path away.
I think unless you're right in the forefoot, he's going to draw. No matter what. John wants to draw.
Så du vil at han skal dra inn?
Timeout called here by Norway. This is one of those freeze the kicker situations.
Så bite 8 optimalt, om det er tøff nok, så legger vi oss en midt 8. Og så må vi bare ikke gi en kjappen, så akkurat full 8.
Det er greit om han spiller den.
Kjappen her skal vi ikke inn. Ikke kjappen i midten.
Nei, den vil ikke inn.
Bite 8?
Ja.
Men hvor skal du ha is da?
Jeg har drevet på gitt i det området her til Vågberg, kunne han kølla over.
Ja, det her nå. Kølla litt mye. Der da, kanskje?
Ja.
Skal du helst holdes på den siden?
Ja, absolutt.
Du må inn i huset i hvert fall.
So just
Du må inn i huset.
full 8.
Sikte på bite 8 da. Eventuelt full 8.
In a position where John cannot hit it and get shot stone. They say not that he's likely
Den er akkurat ikke full 8.
Ja. Kicket mitt i sted. Jeg synes kicka er løst.
Nei, ikke så løst synes jeg heller, men...
For jeg synes bare en stein bremsa hele veien i sløyden. Så jeg lurer på om jeg bare skal stole på samme kicket, og så...
I'm sure John Schuster already knows where he's putting the broom for his draw on the intern side.
4,5.
Yes.
Final stone for Team Norway here in the extra end. Stefan Wallstad looking for this to be full 8-foot, taking away the out-turn path, as you said, Kevin, to the button.
Ute det glatte og fine, tror jeg. Mine er helt gull. Mine er helt gull. Kølle over litt, faktisk.
Full 8.
Her.
Even a little bit more. John likely won't hit it anyway.
Helt til kosten.
Yep.
It's really curling.
Ja.
Not bad. Could have been maybe a few more inches closer to the button, but good shot. John.
Thinking like 14-2-ish.
Yeah, I don't think I want edge though. Yeah, close. Yeah, I got 15 flat on that, so.
I had 14-9. Same.
Wide out-turn draw.
I think I like 4-0.
I think the real challenge here is the line, Kevin. It's curling a lot, but
take plenty.
4-0. Okay, we got to get by the rock is the only thing.
Right.
14 seconds and running. Chris Ply's just indicated to give us our timeout here, so we don't have to worry. So timeout is taken, but John's just using that to settle into the hack. Final stone of the extra end. Team Schuster trying to knock off our leaders in the round robin.
Line's good. All you guys.
Here at the
Line's perfect.
World Championship 2021 men's event.
Line's perfect.
It's great though, based on revs.
It's great. 14-3 should be good.
Okay.
14-2, 14-3. It's exactly what they called. And
Good job, John. Good two boys. Good judge, guys.
great match from Team USA, and they will get the win here on sheet A.
Good game. Good luck.
Good game. Good luck.
Hands Norway their second loss. That was an important victory for the American champions as they bring Norway back to the field.
Awesome job. I called a timeout. After we were sitting there, I didn't even think about it. I'm like, oh my God, timeout.
Oh, that's hilarious. Good thing I went down there fast and threw it fast.
Yeah, I was looking.
Well, as long as you saw it, you could have yelled, jumped up and yelled. That would have been better than. So you get your heart racing a bit, just.
Our feature matchup in session 16, Japan taking on Denmark, and Japan in complete control after 5 ends. And it took to the 6th end, Kevin, for Denmark to finally figure out a way to score more than 1 with last rock.
Yeah, they put the broom in the right place in this end. That was the big key, and made a lot of shots. Very nice draw. Nice freeze made in that end to set up for the 2 points.
They were in tough most of this game, however, and after coming up just a little short on his come-around attempt, Mikkel Krause is a little disappointed to give Matsumura from Team Japan this opportunity to score 2 right back here in 7, and no mistake made. Japan in complete control of this one, and certainly worth mentioning, third Tetsuro Shimizu just on fire this game. Near 100% the entire game, and little glimmer of hope here after a 2-8 by Denmark, but they had to try to steal their way to victory, and wasn't to be today as Matsumura makes this beautiful double. That put him up 4, and that was enough to win the game today against Team Denmark, mathematically keeping their playoff hopes alive. Japan needs to run the table. They want to figure out a way to get into the top 6. As we look around all 4 sheets, United States winning a very important matchup against the leaders, Team Norway, 6-5. Sweden playing against a very tough Team China, winning 5-3. And it was the Netherlands stealing the 10th end to beat Germany 7-5. We'll look at the standings now. It is Sweden, 2-time defending champions. First ones to 8 wins with 2 losses, and there are 5 teams, in fact, with 2 losses so far, and that all-important 6th place now held by the United States, clear at 6-3. The rest of the teams below need a little help from the leaders in order to make the playoffs. Kevin Martin had a word with Japanese skip Yuta Matsumura.
Congratulations on such a dominant performance. I'd like to hear your thoughts on your team's play, and especially your third, Shimizu, on 100%.
いい試合だったと思うけど、特に今日哲が 100% 投げたらしいんでね、それに対してどうだったか。
もうすごいいいパフォーマンスを見せてくれたし、彼のショットが良かった分チームがすごく助けられてすごく良かったかなと思います。
Shimizu played really good. His performance helped the whole team.
Your team is a very aggressive team on the curling ice. There was more curl in the ice today. Would that help your team?
Yes.
Oh, definitely yes.
And I would like to hear your thoughts on your next game. You have another very important game now that you're still in the playoff hunt against the Netherlands.
オランダ戦に向けて
本当にここからは1個ずつ勝っていくしかないので、またいいイメージを持って次に進みたいと思います。
Yeah, we regroup and focus on one game at a time and play on.
Well, thank you very much. Congratulations and good luck coming out against the Netherlands.
Thank you.
That'll wrap things up here from session 16 as the morning draw is now completed. We'll be back here in a couple of hours bringing you more coverage from the Men's World Curling Championships in Calgary.
Ja, de ska limma den bra då.
Good luck. Game. Good luck. Game. Good luck.